Martine Croxall was back on BBC News after she was suspended over her comments. She was gleeful Boris Johnson had pulled out of the Conservative Party leadership race. She was suspended as the BBC investigated her comments. On November 3, the BBC concluded the newsreader had breached its rules on impartiality. The BBC said Croxall's remarks and reactions caused a significant risk the audience could believe opinions were being expressed on the Conservative leadership contest. In a statement they said, taken together, this meant that this edition of the papers did not meet our editorial standards, as it gave the audience the opportunity to infer an editorial position on the part of the BBC. This does not accord with the BBC's commitment to editorial impartiality. Following the investigation, Croxall was back hosting the BBC News channel on Friday, November 4. She did not acknowledge the report from the BBC about her comments on the morning show. The investigation came after Croxall sparked uproar when she asked if she could be gleeful about Johnson pulling out of the Tory leadership race. Speaking on an episode of The Papers, she told viewers, "Well, this is all very exciting, isn't it? Welcome to our look ahead to what the papers will be bringing us tomorrow. Am I allowed to be this gleeful? Well, I am." Turning to her guests, Croxall continued, "Can we even show you the front pages just yet? Have they arrived? No, they haven't arrived. It's all a little bit, last minute. Come, isn't it? Because all the front pages were probably out of date by the time we received them." Following Croxall's comments and suspension, Tony Parsons wrote in his The Sun column the BBC's anti-Boris bias was deeply ingrained. He penned, "The political orthodoxy at the BBC is now so deeply ingrained, so buried within the corporation's DNA, that it never crossed Croxall's mind that millions might object. The 14 million or so who actually voted for Boris Johnson." He added, "Even if not a single one of them is in the BBC canteen." Croxall wasn't the only host who came under fire for impartiality, as BBC viewers also called for Laura Kuenssberg and Fiona Bruce to be investigated. The Papers continues tonight on the BBC News channel at 10:30 p.m.